A little bit quieter than the first one.
Welcome to the NSLAM podcast.
Well, we'll leave that as the starting.
It's
Welcome
because I
back.
don't have my mic.
Well, welcome back to the NSLAM podcast, episode 2. We are back again. We didn't bottle it after the first one. I mean, we almost did. We are doing this
Almost
the
did.
day before it's meant to be up.
Yeah, Monday the 24th. We're really, good on timing and stuff and making sure we're on time for everything.
And Alice is also doing it from a remote setup at the moment. So
Yeah, I'm not at home, clearly, as you can see. We're vibing with the MacBook. I bought the Razer headset with me. We can never forget her. I have my phone torch as my light. And yeah, we're vibing.
we've got a great
We're on the
setup
move.
going. Budget podcast this is.
Budget podcast. It's kind of burning my eyes at the moment. So if I'm like, that's
It
what
does look pretty bright, I'm not gonna lie.
It's very bright. It's
You got
'cause
a
it's
massive
next to my,
shadow in the
camera.
background as well. Like your head looks like 15 times bigger. Okay, it's done nothing for your arms, don't worry. What the fuck? Right, so we should probably just get straight into it. Tomorrow / today is our 1-year Twitch collaboration anniversary. For the first time, we collaborated on co-streams for the Trevor Project, which is Black Lives Matter, COVID-19, and Pride.
Hang on. Trevor Project is Pride.
Is it?
Black Lives Matter.
I messed it
Yeah.
up. You know what? I even wrote it down as Trevor Project Pride, so I couldn't even read it. So
We did the we did the Trevor Project for Pride, which helps LGBTQ plus youth. We did it for the COVID-19 for COVID-19, and then we did 2 Black Lives Matter charities.
yeah, we did. It was good. It was good fun. Good first little tester, I guess. We've
Yeah,
definitely upped
yeah,
the level since then. But I mean,
yeah. We
I,
both done we did the whole of June as like a collaborative. Since then as well alone, Josh did charity work throughout November for November, and then I did charity work for Mind in January,
yeah.
and then we did our co-streams in March for Mind and Beat.
Mm.
So
But yeah, it was a good little start, and definitely it was. We raised a decent amount of money based on how we had 3 months on Twitch at that point, maybe.
yeah,
Maybe.
you started February, didn't you?
Yeah. So
And
I
I
think
started in March, end of March.
yeah, and we probably had a combined total of like 600 followers, maybe, if
Yeah,
that.
if that.
So we did pretty well, and I think we raised about $300 or something like that.
Yeah,
Total.
it was a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
We did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, and we did it with like, was it me, you, Fion, Jess, wasn't it?
Yeah, me, you, Fiona, Jess, yeah.
The original quartet.
The stream team. That's
Yeah,
when
the
we were the
stream.
stream team.
Oh yeah, and then Jess was like doing this picture for the stream team that she was drawing. Which
Yeah, and then
never continued.
no,
Really. I don't know why.
I think
but...
it's because I went on to stream quite consecutively, and then Fion had like a lot of Wi-Fi issues, so she couldn't stream as much anymore.
yeah.
Jess had a lot of like schoolwork and stuff, so she couldn't stream as well.
And then
And
I'm
obviously,
Mr. Inconsistent anyway. So
yeah, king of inconsistency, but we love
yeah,
it.
but I mean, I'm keeping things special and like
But
exciting.
yeah, my consistency's gone down big time, big time.
But
But
yeah, I mean, you've got a new man in your life. You got work and stuff. You're busy. You got
yeah, I
things.
think that's what happened. Is like obviously lockdown lifted, I went back to work, so I was working, and because we were understaffed, because certain people couldn't come back to work because of COVID things, and they had to isolate all the time. My hours were much more, and then obviously across Christmas time, my hours are more anyway because it's Christmas, um, and that's just life at the end of the day with work.
Yeah,
Yeah, now I have a boyfriend, so
and
I
he's
have
a
to
lot
make
of
time.
work as well.
Well, just
Arsenal
men.
fan. Oh, men in
I
general, to be
know.
fair. But like,
Men in general work.
can't believe I'm
Yeah,
slagging him
I
off,
have
and
to
you're actually at his
cradle
house right now.
I have to cradle him to sleep every night over his football team. It's okay.
Oh, it's fine. Well, actually, should we just, as we were talking about football right now, should we just discuss that Chelsea are in the Champions League
We are.
for next season, thanks to Tottenham Hotspur, who then simultaneously knocked out Arsenal of Europe. So, I mean, it's just things you love to see at the moment, right?
We had a great Sunday watching Monaco late keeping up to date on that. And I just remember him turning to me and going, "You're in the top four." I was like,
I remember checking my phone at work and I saw us 2-0 down to Aston Villa. I was like, I turned around to my
"Yeah."
friend who's a Man City supporter and said, "You might as well take the Champions League as well. You can kick us while you're down." But yeah, and then I turned around and saw Tottenham had won, and I laughed. It was a great end of the day, to be fair.
The one time Spurs have done something really good.
Mm. And
They
Gareth
clutched
Bale,
it
I
for
think,
us.
was it Gareth Bale who scored the winning goal? I think so. I can't remember.
You're
the score,
asking
to be
my
fair.
memory to stretch back further than it possibly could. Can't remember what I had for lunch today. Oh no, I had McDonald's breakfast for lunch today. No, I do remember.
I love a McDonald's breakfast. What did you have?
So,
Pancakes or?
no, I get the cheese and bacon flatbread.
Oh,
Fucking mega. No, it is mega. Like, no, I normally get like
he's entered
two.
the
I
room.
was weak today. I went for one. Yeah.
You heard the Arsenal banter. He was like, "No, I'm not having this."
No,
turns
yeah,
turns the power
he
off.
sensed it. Yeah, he sensed the bullying.
We almost bottled it though. Classic bottle jobs. Classic Chelsea.
I'm surprised we haven't. We're going to this Saturday.
Well, I've mentally prepared myself for the fact that we might not take it home. We might have made it to 2 finals and not come home with a single trophy. But I've mentally prepared myself.
That
But
sounds about right.
I think if we have a decent summer of transfers, we might make up for the pain that I'm going to feel on Saturday.
Will we?
We need a centre back for sure. And maybe someone scores goals. I mean, that's a minor problem.
Yeah, just need to get. I'm not going to say it because you'll be off at me.
He brings other things to the game other than goals, and if anyone doesn't understand, we're talking about Timo Werner.
I will not make any comments about Werner. I promise. I promise you that.
Dorothy texted me the other day. I don't know if she told you. And she, because we were talking about, me and you were back and forth saying, you were saying how shit Werner was, and I was saying, don't say that, it's Timo time. And then Dorothy texted me saying, Werner supremacy, fuck Alice Cook, and I said, yes, the bitch knows nothing, Werner till I die.
No, that's no. Was that Tuesday?
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say it must have been Tuesday. I was sat in Dorothy's like rocking chair, bloody what the fuck were we drinking? Pink gin and pink monster in hand. And every
course
time
the
burning
Monster.
on the stream, I was like, fuck's sake, not again.
Well, I mean, look, missed like 2 chances and scored a goal offside, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
we at least won that game, which is important.
true.
'Cause I
Yeah,
think-
yeah. If only we could have won against them on a Saturday, that would have been great.
Yeah, if only we did the same performance the day before, like the game
A couple
before.
days before.
Just,
Yeah,
but we'll skip on. We'll move on from that and just.
don't
Let's
need no
hope.
more tears.
But someone who didn't bottle it, if we're gonna move on, is Mr. Lando Norris.
He really didn't. He clutched that. I'm so proud of him.
A little
So
lovely
proud of
podium
him.
this weekend.
Yeah, that's I think he now has more podiums than Bottas does this season, or on par. He's up to 3rd in the championship again.
That's very
With
good.
obviously Max has now gone up into P1,
Yeah.
and Red Bull are now leading this team's championship.
Is he now a point ahead of Lewis Hamilton?
He's 5 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and Red Bull's a point ahead of Mercedes.
That was it. So,
After Mercedes' shambolic weekend in Monaco.
is that something you did you expect any of this, or was it a lot of this a surprise? I mean, because Ferrari were it looked like they were having a blinder at the start, and then they obviously had gearbox issues.
Monaco in general, I find very boring. I didn't expect Lando to be on the podium at all. That was, before the race started, I thought, Charles on pole, he's probably going to go ahead and win it. Because normally if you start on pole, you're going to win Monaco. There's very little to no overtaking at all throughout the entire race.
Is that because it's such a tight circuit?
Yeah, there's just no overtaking areas. So you're pretty much stuck
It's like
where you start.
Someone either bins it or
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to have a really good pit strategy to be able to, salvage something.
yeah.
And then obviously when it was announced that Charles couldn't race because of his car, I was like, fuck, that's Max on pole. personally, I'm a Lewis fan. I'm obsessed with this, like how well the season is in terms of like how close the battle is for the championship.
Mm.
I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And knowing that Max is then starting on pole and obviously Lewis is down in seventh, I was like, there's no way that Lewis is going to be able to get, no matter like how good you are, like
Mm. Not
he's
even
a
in
world
Monaco.
champion, but he's not going to be able to get far enough ahead to be able to keep up with points in the
Yeah.
championship. Max literally had to put it in the wall. But he drove a great race.
And then what happened? It was the wait, who was it? Was it Bottas with the pit stop?
Bottas pitted and they could not get the wheel off the car. They have to take it all the way back to the factory to get off.
Jesus Christ. Was that because it's just been over tightened, or there
I
must have been something
genuinely
else?
don't know what would have happened. There must have been like a fault in the like attachment of it, like the nut must have been like faulty or something. But
Damn. Well, yeah. So
no.
a stinker of a weekend for Mercedes. A lovely
Yeah,
weekend for Lando Norris, and you got to share the podium with
lovely.
Carlos Sainz as well.
Yeah, it must have been nice to share it with your old like teammate. It's this weekend in Monaco. Last time, in Monaco 2011, the podium was Sebastian Vettel in P1 with Red Bull, Fernando Alonso in P2 with Ferrari, and Jenson Button in P3 with McLaren.
Yeah.
So it was like this year we had Max Verstappen with Red Bull, Carlos Sainz with Ferrari, and Lando with McLaren. It was like a 10-year difference, and it's still Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, which I think is really sick. I just like
Yeah.
when things are like that.
Well, it's quite good because I thought Ferrari were always like this top team, and then since I've started watching F1, it's been like it's just gone from bad to worse for Ferrari with like mechanical issues, and they're just never been quite there in the last 2 seasons. I mean, I'm speaking from very limited knowledge, but
they have been really up and down recently. They did used to be really good. I don't doubt the fact that they've started to come back. They've definitely started to get better. But as Ferrari is starting to get better and get back into their old form, McLaren are also getting better and better by the day. So it won't be long until you've got Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, and Ferrari all being a top four fighting against each other. And I think once Aston Martin kind of get it together a bit more again and kind of like are able to
figure out.
like they did so well last year. Obviously, they had technically an illegal car. Whether it's legal or not is still
Still
up in
debatable.
the air with a lot of people try to say it's not illegal, a lot of people say it's illegal. But obviously since then, this year with a completely different car, it's been very, not so great. But I think once they get the kind of grips of things, I can see them up there with the others fighting, especially for the championship. But
Sure.
no,
And
Ferrari
then
are definitely coming back.
well, next year you've got this these new rules, right, for coming into the car to try and, or is it no budget? Is it budget limits?
Yeah, so you have budget costs. So teams can only spend up to X amount of money on the car, so that teams like Haas and Williams, who don't have as much money, don't have such a big gap. Teams like Haas and Williams still won't have enough money to hit the highest of the budget that they have.
Yeah.
However, it stops teams like Mercedes spending millions and millions and millions that Williams and Haas would dream of having even just a quarter of it to go towards that car. So it kind of pulls Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, and like Red Bull back because they can't spend as much on their car, and will like bring Williams and Haas closer. And the grid will be tighter because, like at Monaco, it proved the Haas was 3 laps lapped. Like the car should not be that slow and behind, or the cars
3
ahead
laps
should not
slow.
be that far. Yeah, they were lapped 3 times.
Oh my god. Was it genuinely on pace, or just like there was a problem as well with the car?
Mick probably had Mick. So this was the first race that Mazepin was able to finish ahead of Mick. But Mick basically broke his car in practice 3.
Right.
And there were talks that the car wasn't 100%
Right.
perfect. So you had Mick in a bad car. You had Nakia being Nakia, both in a not so great car, and they were 3 laps lapped down. Like the lapping in Monaco just proves that something needs to be done about it, because Lando Norris lapped his teammate.
What, Lando Norris lapped Ricciardo?
Daniel Ricciardo, yeah.
Jesus.
So something like, obviously in Formula E, for example, you have such like a there's like a ruling that you have to be within a certain timing and you start getting penalties. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's permitting that you don't have a fault with your car. If your car's broken or something, then it overlooked. But if you're genuinely just driving too slow,
Yeah.
you get penalised.
Well, surely it's like dangerous if you have to start overlapping cars that are driving too slowly around, because then
Yeah.
they become other obstacles that you got to avoid, and then on top of that, it's tight circuits. There's not a lot of room.
Yeah, it's really dangerous to be
But
driving up against such slow cars.
I thought Ricardo was was a decent driver around Monaco. Not this
Daniel
weekend,
Ricciardo
but
loves Monaco. Daniel Ricciardo is a very good driver. Something that me and my friend Molly were talking about, my cousin Molly, were talking about earlier, was that there are drivers that can get in any car and drive that car. There are other drivers that get in a car and they have to adapt to the car. So like people like Mick Schumacher gets in a car, he needs a year to kind of adapt to the car and the driving styles of the car, because obviously each car drives different because each team develops the car differently.
Yeah.
He needs to, like Mick needs to get in the car, spend a year in the car, figure out how it works, the ins and outs of it, and how he can fit his driving style into the car to perfect it. So his first year is always a bit dodgy, and so forth. Whereas you have drivers like George Russell, who stepped foot into the Mercedes for the first time and pushed the car to its limits and drove, and would have won the race, permitting they didn't have the Mercedes pit stop from hell. But Daniel Ricciardo is one of them.
Do you think it was rigged? I heard.
I don't think it was.
Some people thought it was like if Russell wins the race first time he gets into the car, then obviously puts pressure onto the Valtteri Bottas situation.
You could just, even whether George won the race or didn't, you can see that he really is an incredible driver that can push any car. But you have like Daniel Ricciardo, who's an incredible driver, and he's proved that time and time again. His race win in Monaco, he's always proved that he is a great driver and can win races and can do really well. You just have to look at his 2 years in Renault. His first year, not so great. He didn't do the best. You could see he was struggling with the car. He was a bit all over the place with it.
Yeah.
But his second year at Renault, he was on the podium and he was fighting and he was doing great. He'd given himself a year to warm up and learn the car and understand the car, and that's fine. And at the moment in McLaren, he's in his first year in McLaren. Each car from the Red Bull to the Renault to the McLaren are all different cars. So he's going to take a little bit of time, and he's just genuinely one of them drivers, by the looks of it, that just needs a little bit of time to get to the hang of using the car, which is fine. Every person's different in how they learn and adapt. So, like, I don't think people should turn a blind eye on Daniel Ricciardo right now and deem him to be a bad driver. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Daniel Ricciardo. He's never been one of my favorite drivers. But I don't doubt the fact that he's a great driver, and I think give him next year in the McLaren and he will be fighting against Lando Norris, to be getting the most points for McLaren.
Yeah, it's a good little rivalry they've got there as well. I mean, it was good with Lando and Carlos Sainz before, but I think this is it's quite nice to see that Ricciardo hopefully will step on and push on with that McLaren team as well. Which is pretty good. We should probably talk about. Well, sidestep away from F1 and sports, and maybe talk about NSLAM.
As in, and the things what's happening later tonight?
Tonight.
10 tomorrow for us, but later tonight, as you see in this.
This episode will come out at 6. So, depending on when you're watching this. Actually, first of all, thank you everyone who watched the last episode. We got 60 views and 13 likes from what I saw.
Oh, I love that.
So appreciate the love. We're also 3 subs away from 30 subscribers. So if you're watching this video and not subscribed, please hit the red button below, ding dong that notification bell, and leave a comment saying you're subscribed, and I don't know, some topics for next week.
Come join the family. You can't be lonely when you're a part of this family.
Exactly.
You are not so lonely
anymore. Wow. Anyway. So June.
8:30 tonight. 8:30
tonight. We are streaming, you and I. A nice
I
little
and you.
collaboration
Song by
stream.
One Direction.
I and you. You and I.
You and I.
Right. Music isn't coming anytime soon from us.
We're not having a Christmas single.
So 8:30, we are streaming another promotional video But for what are we gonna say, or should we leave it to 8:30?
I say we can drop a couple of hints. I say if we drop like 3 hints towards what it's at, so that people that watch the podcast,
Well,
when
no.
the podcasts come out, they're prepared. So we've got a lovely 8:30 announcement video again.
What we?
I'd say the people should definitely have their bank accounts, prepared for a week's time. Maybe.
What the hell?
What do you mean? What the hell?
My sister's just come in with a mask on. No, come in now. Alice will see this in the video. Come.
I was gonna say I can't see you. I'm just waving.
Nice.
What is this?
Mum said I look like a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
You
You,
missed a spot.
Dad said the same thing, but I don't think you need to add it there. Also, it's expensive. I'm not just going to put it where I get spots.
This is scary.
I'm going to look one that looks like blood.
Where did we get to?
Oh, I said that people should have their bank accounts ready for say about a week's time.
Yeah. Well, should we say the 1st of June is when we go live?
Yeah, for 1st of June. Yeah.
And you keep your eyes peeled on the Not So Lonely Anymore website, which is notsoloneyanymore.co.uk. We are currently updating it for the next month, and what we've got planned. It's gonna include a couple more collaborations between More and Alice. Bloody hell.
More and Alice. I know you've missed us.
Me and Alice, and also I think it'll also lead to some more content on. We need to set up a TikTok account.
We do. I said we could talk about like our other little plan things.
Yeah.
So like obviously permitting that NSLAM is a charity-based thing. Obviously June will be raising money for charity. What we're doing in June will be released later. You can hear about that later. Come join either mine or Josh's stream or both of them. Have them both open.
Multi-watch.
We will be little multi-watch. We will discuss all the charity things, what charity we're raising money for, what we're doing to raise money for charity. But you can expect all of that later.
And we'll include our little goals. And this one's got a naughty forfeit, and I think you guys might be excited for it. I mean, I can tell you that I'm not.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
Me and Josh came together and decided on a big thing if we hit the target. Do we discuss what the target goal is?
What the amount or?
Yeah, the amount, like how much we're going to kind of.
It's not as aspirational as we went with last time.
I think it's kind of the same as what we went for last time in the sense of like we did 1,000 for each charity last time.
Yeah, and this time
which ended up as 2K as a collective, and we're doing.
This time it's just one cause, but
yeah,
it's still quite good, and it's still a hefty amount. Let's be honest, there's no shame on that. But also if we're adding merch to it, I think it might be hit quicker than we think. As well.
Yeah.
I
think when people find out the forfeit of like when we hit the amount, what we're gonna do.
People are gonna
I think people want to see us in pain. Yeah. Because Josh and I have decided collectively that we want to expand, which is why you're watching stuff like this. My throat is going. Hang on. Hello. Okay, my throat's back. My voice is back. Did you hear that? I just like. So me and Josh decided we're going to expand. Obviously, as Josh mentioned earlier, TikToks, and expanding onto TikTok. And this month, we decided we're going to try and get all of our co-streams onto YouTube this time, so that if you do miss any of the co-streams, you're able to go back and give them a watch. This month is also going to run a little bit different because June is a difficult month. Both me and Josh are both back at work now.
And full time, and COVID is lifting, and just for retail and the pub chain, it is a festival of amount of people that come in, and it's just a hard slog. But
yeah, and June 21st in the UK is the day that's deemed to be everything is back to normal.
Yeah, the gates of heaven open.
That's also going to mean that in like social lives and stuff, Josh and I will be much more busier in our social lives, and on top of that, our work environments will also get 20 times busier beyond June 21st. So We do have a day, which you'll find out later on, that we're going to join stream on every week. If that was to change throughout the week, in each week we might have to do something different, then we will inform. That will obviously just be due to schedules. Obviously in March, it wasn't as busy and it wasn't as big because things weren't opening up until April. Whereas obviously June's a little bit different with COVID environments and stuff. And obviously both me and Josh don't stream full time because, you know, it's not sufficient enough towards like with money and that. Not a living wage for either of us, so we can't dedicate all of our time to it, but we will be doing at least one co-stream a week.
For sure.
Just permits. We have a day. If that day were to change, we would update.
Yeah, we'll still be doing the co-streams, and then also we'll try and get a podcast out for still every other week. So there will be. We're content.
Dedicated.
I quite enjoy the podcast. I mean, I'm not. I may not be good at it, but I think over time it could be better.
Sorry, he just walked in with snacks.
The eyes went straight to the food, just like, you gonna share?
Maybe.
Yeah, but for all the other information, it will be on either our website, in our Twitch bios. I mean, under this video, under the announcement video, which will then go onto YouTube eventually. So
the announcement video will be up immediately because we premiere it on YouTube, don't we?
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. But yeah, get ready. We're gonna create some interesting content over the next month, as well as some little wearable numbers that you probably might enjoy.
Oh, I really like the design that we've come up with this year.
How'd you rate this in comparison to the one we did already?
I feel like they're two completely different. Like, so the March one was obviously simplistic on the front, simplistic on the back. This one, simplistic on the front, and me and Josh have gone, above and beyond with the back.
Let's get vibey.
We got vibey. We said to Josh, I said to Josh, I want something that fits the theme, and Josh said, I want it to be this theme. And we're like, cool. We'll put the themes together, and that's what we've created.
I haven't seen it yet because I am not the talented artiste.
It's taken me currently 15 hours. That's why you aren't seeing it today, because it's taking me a lot longer than imagined.
We wanted to have them for the announcement video, but we didn't also factor in the fact that we're all going back to work, plus the amount of work that's going to take to get the design from concept to actually fruition. Like, it's just so much work. And we also said, well, like Alice said, look, I want to do this for June. It's going to be great. We have an entire month to plan it. I'm not giving you 10 days notice. I've given you a month. And what have we done? we left it to the last minute.
We left it to the last minute. But in my defense, my work schedule is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then some weeks Saturday, Sunday. And
but
Josh
also it's long shifts as well. It's not even just like nice short ones.
The issue is that when I'm finishing work, Josh is starting work. So me and Josh don't have time them days to sit down and do anything. But no, it was Monday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Monday, Thursday, Fridays, and then some Saturday, Sundays. So my days off were Tuesday, Wednesdays. Josh's days off were Monday, Tuesday, so any days were Tuesday. But by the time Josh had recovered from like work or had other things to do, like university and stuff like that,
it's quite hard to get together when I either finish at 10 in the evening or 11, and then like if I'm home, if I'm traveling home, it's like at 10:30 or whatever. But either way, we've got it done, sorted. We just need to put it onto the website and do a few little things before June 1st. But I think we'll do it.
So it'll all be properly released on June 1st this time. So you'll be able to get a hold of it on June 1st. Just you'll have to wait until June 1st this time.
I think it's going to be a good one, and I think it's going to look pretty saucy if it comes off.
Oh, if we can pull it off, it's going to look fucking sick.
So keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be great. Well, how's life on Twitch treating you, Alice?
How's life on Twitch treating me? It's treating me all right. We've been vibing. My schedule's been very up and down at the moment. It's just I've not been keeping to schedule because life crops up in different ways that you got the odd balance. But no, it's been all right. We've been vibing. We've been playing mainly Minecraft, Warzone, Phasmo, the usuals. But no, it's been alright. It's been vibey. How's it been for you?
It's actually been. I stopped for a while. I don't know why. I think it was just like work and stuff like that, and just not getting into the whole routine again. But I did a couple last week, and I got a nice little raid, and I got like 10 followers from that. And then I also met a new friend playing Warzone.
Made a friend.
Yeah, his name's Ryan. He's a lovely guy. He's got
Hi,
2.6k followers on Twitch. I'll put his like little tag thing here if you want to go check him out. Lovely guy. We were playing Rebirth one day, and he just got talking, and he's got 62,000 followers on TikTok, and he makes TikToks about Warzone and little sketches like that. But he said the best thing I've ever done is started making TikTok content for my channel, and it literally apparently just blows up for him. So.
That's one thing I've been saying that I need to get into is making TikTok content for Twitch, because I made one TikTok in January, which was about my Twitch goals for the year, and like I gained like 100 from that, like 100 followers, 150 followers just from that one TikTok alone.
It is mad how good TikTok is. Like for growth, for little communities and stuff. I mean, remember that one video that I did on just like a random, like on my random old TikTok account, and it got 1.5 million views, like, which is crazy for a 5-second clip of me just shouting.
That your Josh? Oh no.
Yeah, me comparing myself to Josh Martin, the football player from Norwich. But a lot of people thought
I was Josh Martin, the football player from Norwich.
Well, I mean, 1.5 million people think it's me. But if you look at,
I thought you were a Norfolk boy with me.
Maybe. I don't know. But if they actually paid close attention, he's olive skinned and I'm very, very pasty. So it doesn't work. But yeah. But that being said, TikTok seems to be the way. We should work on something like that. I mean, he did say it's the cringiest content I've ever made, but it's working. So
yeah, it has a good reach.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
But yeah. What's your goals for Twitch this? What's your goals for Twitch this year?
Twitch this year, I wanted to hit 1.5k, which we're just under 200 away from, by the end of the year. Just want to be like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really have that many goals for Twitch. I just enjoy doing it. I just enjoy streaming, and I think I just put my happiness into streaming over anything else. It's like I think the main thing is that like. My goal is to still be enjoying it and still having it as like a place that I really enjoy. Just, building it and just enjoying it every single second of it.
Yeah.
I think is probably the main thing. Like numbers and that I'm not too bothered about. I just like it. I just enjoy it,
Yeah. We've got quite a nice little community we've got going now.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to vibe out. Even when we're not on Twitch and stuff, we've either got like movie night or just calls in the Discord. The many Owen club sessions.
The many Owen club sessions. Yeah.
Shout out DJ Owen if you're watching.
Owen honestly is one of the best music tastes. He makes my Twitch plays and everything for me. He's great. I love Owen.
He's got he basically set up my community playlist. So I just go and listen to that constantly. So it's pretty good. And it's like 90% it's 90% Owen and like 10% Darcy, and there's like one song that I added.
Every time I add a song, if Owen doesn't like it, he removes it and goes, "We're not having that shit in the playlist."
Owen is quality control.
He is. He takes good care of everything. He causes chaos, but he takes good care of everything at the same time.
He's like a sledgehammer. He's a utility tool, and he can put things together, but he can also wreck things.
A sledgehammer.
That's the first thing that came to my head. He probably has a sledgehammer.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Sorry for talking about your sledgehammer.
I thought Owen was a sledgehammer.
Well, he is a sledgehammer, and he probably has a sledgehammer.
So
I thought that's what you were getting
with
at.
A sledgehammer?
Was that not what you were talking about?
I don't know.
Did I put that?
What you were talking about?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I kind of want to move on now. I feel awkward. I feel like I'm making it awkward for Owen as well.
I was just staring at this like...
What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck?
Hi,
Send
Owen.
help.
I'm staring at you staring at me.
I'll stare as well.
We're all staring.
That hurts my eyes. The light is like...
Bloody hell. That's me out of topics. Have you got anything you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
Oh, I went to a pub today. Right.
I'm not surprised you're an alcoholic.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so we went 2-hour drive down to West Wittering Beach.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Actually, I know
south.
where it is because I stalked your snap maps earlier, but we'll move past that. Yeah, carry on.
Okay.
I
Stalker
was just
confirmed.
looking at snap maps. I was looking at snap maps. I was like, who the fuck is down here? That's a bit random.
Yeah,
you.
that was me. But we booked into a pub called the Crown and Anchor, right? And we get there, and we see this private, like blacked out private ambulance van parked at the front. And also the police. There's like 2 officers standing there, bulletproof stab vest or whatever they had, like walking around the front. And it was like pretty dead. Like there's no one else there. And we're like, well, this is meant to have. This got like 5,000 like 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. Like, what's going on? Like, why is it dead? I know it's a Monday. I know it's COVID, but like, well, this is a bit random. So we walk up, and the manager comes out and says, "Hi, sorry guys, we're closed." Like, what do you mean? We have a booking in like half an hour. How are you closed? It was like, oh, there's been an incident with one of the staff members. An incident.
An incident. Did you find out what incident?
No, but there's a
Have
black
you gone on
ambulance
the
there.
news?
No, because it's a very small like place. So we were like, I wanted to find out. So I might keep an eye on it. But there was a black ambulance there. There was police there, and it said an incident with the staff member. So it's got me thinking that maybe
It's got me thinking murder.
that's what I thought. Dan was like, someone's died.
Did you witness a murder?
I don't know. Did I? I
Well,
feel
I
like
witnessed
it could have got to the point where it was either really busy at the pub and like the chef got pissed off and he's thrown the knife and it's gone into someone, and the guy's died. End of waitress or waiter. But
Maybe
yeah,
it's not gone on the news because they didn't die; they survived.
but
They're
for
just
the,
in critical
but for the
condition.
thumbnail and title, we're gonna say they died. Josh witnessed a murder.
Josh is
clickbait.
the murderer.
No. No.
Josh is a part of a crime scene, and then you need to edit your face holding a knife.
This is my
Because
knife. Oh,
you
you can't
are
see
the
my
murderer.
knife. Have you seen the duck with the butter knife? That would be me.
Yeah.
Cute and
Yeah.
inconspicuous, but has a knife and still start. I just call myself cute. That's a bit weird. It's
Yeah,
the
I'm
yellow
not
hair
really-
that would, no, sort of like connect with the duck. I'm gonna cut
Yeah,
this bit
yeah,
out.
yeah. No, you need to leave it in. I need the people to know that you think you're a duck.
Okay, I'm gonna put the duck here,
Lonely
and
duck.
it looks the same, right? Duck.
Lonely
me.
duck. Lonely
Right.
duck with an X.
Lonely duck.
No,
with
because if you
legs.
put an X with the U's, then people might think it says lonely dick,
True.
which both the same thing, really. Gee.
Well, it's actually lonely twat at the moment, thanks to Dan Ticton. Have you seen that clip?
I have seen that clip.
Oh, fuck off, you prick. You're fucking waiting for me, you fucking prick. Fucking knob. Lonely twat.
He seemed
did pretty well
particularly
on the
angry. He did, yes, he did, didn't he? He came, was
Yeah.
it second or third?
First, he ended up
But-
winning.
oh,
'cause
he
we
won, didn't he?
Got disqualified.
Yeah. What was that? That was a gearbox issue again, or thing.
He's too much something. Too much of something.
Oh, but shout out Dan Ticton for the win. That was good. I
Too
saw
much
it on
throttle.
Twitter. I did see it on Twitter. I haven't been
Yeah.
able to watch these races. I need to go back and watch them.
I missed all of F2 this weekend because I was working, and I just didn't. I feel like because I watched so much F1, F2, F3 religiously throughout lockdown, that like I cannot stomach recording three, because F2's now gone to 3 races a weekend. I cannot stomach recording 3 races while I'm at work to come home and watch all 3 races and then a qualifying and a race.
Well, how long is that?
Like-
That's surely like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah,
Of
like it's a
racing.
long time. Like if it was still F2 with just one sprint, one feature, I'd be fine.
Do you watch it
But-
when you come back from work? Do you watch it like intensely, or do you have it on in the background?
kind of a bit of both. Like, I'm really easily distracted, so I don't ever watch it like intensely anyway. Monaco, I basically fell asleep during. But
Was the
like
race boring other than the result?
the race was really boring.
Oh.
Like really boring.
Oh.
Like you could have like watched the first lap and the last lap and you wouldn't have missed anything.
Oh, fair enough. So no one like binning it, no crashes at all. That's what I was
No.
expecting from Monaco. So not gonna lie, I was expecting
you
high
had-
speed around the chicane.
I was
straight into
expecting
the wall.
Mazepin to put it in the wall.
Yeah. To be fair, he spun on all the other tracks, but he didn't
Yeah,
crash
just
out.
not this.
The one that was expecting either like a total wreck.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I should go back and watch it just a little bit.
I'd watch the highlights. It'd probably be about 5 seconds long. It'll be Max
Maybe on-
Verstappen crossing the line.
Yeah, and then Lando smashing his champagne in the air.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
For sure. Well,
Sure.
I think that's maybe where we leave this podcast. This
Yeah, I think we've got a lot.
episode. And yeah, we've gone for 45 minutes. It's pretty good.
Oh,
Another little
mega.
episode
It felt
gone.
like so much longer.
Yeah, I was thinking we covered a lot of stuff.
I think that's why it feels like so much longer.
We're also still very new at this, so
Yeah.
for 45 minutes like of content is quite hard to fill. So it's good that, you know, we're getting I feel like it's getting a little bit easier and a little bit
Yeah.
more like natural. But
Yeah, it felt like no time at all, but felt like all the time in the world. Like, it feels like it's been like an hour and a half, but like also feels like I've been talking for like 10 minutes.
well, I haven't spoken to you in a while. It's because we've been so
I
busy.
know. Yeah, our schedules just haven't collided. No, our schedules have collided.
Clashed. We need someone to set our schedules for us and then just integrate them.
We do. Maybe we should just hire assistants.
Shout
Geordie,
out.
you listening?
Fancy your job?
Fancy a job? I can pay you not a lot.
I can pay
Pretty
you
broke.
in love.
I can come give you a cuddle.
I can give you a biscuit.
I can get you packets of soup waffles.
I can
Just
serve you a
payments.
pint for free.
I can PayPal you money to buy yourself soup waffles. Or McDonald's as payment.
Well,
Sure.
I think this is where we leave it. After Geordie's already accepted his assistant role. Thank you, Geordie. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I
We've
hope
signed you
when
up.
we click on the video that in the in the comments, Geordie's just like, I accept the role.
Yeah. Shout! Everyone type hashtag Geordie for assistant. We'll bully him into doing it. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the best option. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming and watching the second episode of the NSLAM podcast. We'll have another one up in 2 weeks' time from tomorrow. Just
It's
remember,
Alice Weekly.
It's Alice Weekly. Oh.
That went straight
Oh
over.
no. Okay, moving on.
So the podcast bi-weekly, catch it not next week, the week after.
Yeah, at 6 p.m. And also make sure you are around and available to watch the live stream tonight at 8:30 on
8:30.
More Alice and Lonely Panda Twitch channels.
Lonely Panda with an X.
Lonely Panda with an X.
LONELYXANDA.
I feel like you missed out a P there. I feel like you
No.
missed out a P. Did you say a P?
No. I said LONELYXANDA.
I feel like you missed out a P. Well, I don't know what you're spelling. It's too much for my brain. It's been a long day.
I spelled Lonely Panda with an X.
I feel like I'm missing something as well. We've got. Oh yes, and also if you're around, make sure you are live and representing Chelsea for the Champions League final on Saturday. If not, we'll catch you another time.
And no, we'll catch you never.
Catch you never.
If you're
That's
not
it.
supporting
NSLAM
yeah.
over. Goodbye.
Gone.
Au
Gone,
revoir.
skis.
But subscribe anyway because we want.
If we lose, me and Josh both surrender our lives and we just can't show our faces on the internet again. So
Yeah, if we lose, that's it. All done. There you
it's
go.
gone.
Yeah.
Life is gone. Over with.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. See you later. Bye.
Peace.